Well, hey crafty friends, it's Heidi Scott with DIY Dreaming, and on this video tutorial I'm going to show you how you can make this little thread spool. She reminds me of a ballerina, so I'm going to call her a thread spool ballerina ornament. And it's not hard at all, and of course you can put whatever a little doodad in front of her. You can use colored yarn. There's a ton of different things that you can do, but I think she turned out pretty cute. This is this year's angel ornament. So let me show you everything that goes into it, and then we'll just jump right in. Okay, first thing is I'm using this yarn, Red Heart Super Saver from Walmart, and this color is, I don't know if the color is ARAN or not, but this is just very inexpensive yarn from Walmart. We're going to use some of this. This is like macrame cording. I think it came from Hobby Lobby. This is going to become our little angel's arms and legs. I tried doing it with yarn and it didn't look right. This nautical rope from Dollar Tree is going to become her hair. And then we'll choose the appropriate size bead for her head. Her body is going to be made out of, these are old thread spools. Most of these were ones that were my mom's. A few of them were given to me. So I'm going to do some with the thread still on it. And then to hold in front of her, I'm going to use these. I think these are from Dollar Tree. If you don't have that, you could use something like this from Dollar Tree. What else? Oh, and then some glittery pipe cleaners for her little halo. So let's, oh, and I'm going to introduce you to this. I haven't crafted with these in a while, but these are great threaders for yarn to go up through a thread spool and up through a bead. These are not really crafting tools. These are flossers. But they work great. I've never used them for flossing my teeth, but I have used them lots of times for threading. Okay, so let's hop right in. I guess I'm going to decide which thread spool I want to use first. And honestly, it does not matter at all. There are different sizes. I think I'll use this creamy one. You can also buy these wood thread spools too. Okay, so this is going to become her body. And then since this is not gigantic, I'm going to use a smaller wood bead for her head. Well, I'm going to use one of these two. I'm not sure which one. Okay, so I am using this handy dandy little gadget from Magnolia DIY to create something that looks sort of like a tassel, and but I'm not going to tie it tight, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to go around. I have this opened all the way, and I'm going to go around it 50 times. And then I'll show you the next steps. So, and I have found that this is easiest to do if you just hold a little bit longer piece of your yarn on one side and you just start wrapping. Don't wrap super tight. You don't have to. Okay, I've got my chenille pipes, my pipe cleaners all involved here. And I don't know what number I'm on. Let's say 10. word. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And actually, since I'm using a smaller thread spool, I think I'll just do 40 times. We'll see how that works. Okay, so I've gone around it 40 times and I'm gonna cut that off. And then I'm gonna take a good long piece so I have plenty to work with. Let's say I'm gonna take 24 inches. This is the piece that's going to tie her little ballerina skirt, and it's also going to go up through her body, which is this, and up through her head. So that's why I did it so long. And I am just going to tie this around the center. Been even a little bit longer, but so see, I'm just tying this. I'm going to tie this in a knot and flip it over and tie it on the other side too. You want this to be pretty tight so that none of your pieces slip out. This little gadget that I'm using here from magnoliadiy.com, it can be used in a lot of other ways. This is a pretty simplistic way to use it. Okay, so this is what's going to go up through her body and through her head. But let's go ahead and cut. We're going to cut right in this groove and right in this groove, and we'll cut our start of our little tassel off. Okay, so here's her little skirt, and I'm going to give it just a little trim. It looks like a ballet tutu to me. Where did I buy my measuring board? Oh, this is from this awesome company. This is one that I collaborated with Melanie of Christian Craft Paper to create. It says created with purpose, Ephesians 2:10. I will get you a link just as soon as I'm done. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this. It's not perfect. So there is our little ballerina's little skirt. Okay, next up, let's make her some legs. So I'm just opening the underneath of her skirt. And we're going to create some legs and tie them in there, in the underneath. So let's see. How long do I want her legs to be? Let's say I'm going to cut 12 inches because I can always cut it shorter. And then I'm going to put a knot at one end and trim up this part. I was trying to do this part with just some yarn, and they just kind of disappeared. So then I was like, okay, what kind of creamy ivory cording do I have? And this is what I came up with. So once it's tied, my little legs are about 8 inches long, and I'm just going to fold them in half, and then we'll basically just find two pieces that we can do a knot. We'll just tie it in with a piece from the bottom of her skirt. Okay, so that's going to totally disappear. I have started and stopped and started and stopped so many times today. Can you see the bottom half of her now? Can you imagine it? Okay, so then next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of my little tooth flossers that actually somebody sent me these many years ago, 5 or possibly 6 years, not this package, but sent me a couple because I was having a hard time threading wood beads. And I thought it was a craft tool. She said she got them at Walmart. So I went to Walmart with my one little piece asking, where do you get this? And we couldn't figure it out. It was a mystery for a long time until she told me that these are, I think they're GUM brand little flossers. Okay, so I'm going to put these 2 ends that tied this little tassel together through this little loop. Can you see what I have going on here? And then let's go. So I'm just threading. That's going to be her body. And I do think it would be really sweet to do it like, here's a lavender colored ballerina, here's a peach colored ballerina. I think it would be sweet to do something like that. Okay, now I need to decide which head I want. Actually, I think I'm going to use the bigger one. These are just wood beads from various different places. Can you see her? She's starting to form. Okay, I'm going to tie one little knot right here at the top of her head. And then let's make her hair. All right, and this was something I fiddled around with for a long time also. Let's see, where's the end? Okay, so how long do I want her hair to be? Let's say 6 inches because I can always cut it. So this is just that Dollar Tree rope. Looks like this. Whoops. Nautical rope. Now the first time I did it, I did all 3 strands because this is 3 pieces all twisted together. And it was huge hair. So I'm just going to use 2. And I'm going to untwirl them. And I'm using this pick. You could use a comb. You can just use your fingers, whatever you want to. Separate my pieces. Can you see how that's becoming hair? So today I did not cure cancer or solve any world problems. And I did take a nap because it's cold where I live in Georgia and the cold makes me tired. So I didn't figure out how to cure cancer or solve any world problems, but I did figure out this adorable little ballerina. Okay, so I've combed it. And I'm just going to put it on top of her head. And I'm going to tie this top piece that went up through her body. You see her? Look how cute she is. She's coming along. Okay, and I'm not cutting these off because this is what's going to hang it on the tree. And I can continue fiddling around with her hair. You know. creating whatever I want, but right now I'm just going to put it in a ponytail at the back of her head because she's a little ballerina. And I'm just using a piece of Dollar Tree lace to do that. I could use a little dab of glue on the back of her head to get this hair to stick to her head so it doesn't open up. Okay, so there is the back of her head, and here's the front of her. What is she missing? Well, she's missing a couple things still, and this was the hardest part for me. She's missing her arms and her halo and something to have on the front of her. So when I was fiddling around with this star from Dollar Tree, for my size of spool threads, it was a little bit too big. So then I dug through my little wood shapes and I found these. And I used some gold paint just to put, let's use this one, just to put a little bit of gold paint on it. And we're going to glue that on the front of her body. But we're going to make her arms and then we'll make her halo. So same deal. I think I'll just take about 12 inches or so. These amounts are not precise. This would be so much fun to do if you had a daughter or a granddaughter or a niece or nephew, you know, somebody who loves ballet, because I swear this reminds me of a ballerina. I think it would be really sweet. And on the one I finally was okay with, I just wrapped the arms around her body and glued them on like this. But I gotta figure out how long her arms need to be. Okay, let's say that will work right there. Put a teeny little dab of glue to hold her rope arms on her body. And then I'm going to bring them back around and glue them on. Okay, and I will tie a knot. Look at her little legs, aren't those so cute? So let me make this arm have a little hand. Okay. So here is our ballerina. This needs to come forward a little bit further. And I'm just going to glue this little star that I painted gold right here, right in the front of her body. I think I will glue her hair down a little bit at the back of her head because it is wanting to flop all around. You could give her just a teeny little dab of glue to keep her head from twisting so much. Okay, and now the last thing she really needs is a halo if she's going to be an angel. I'm going to do it gold to match this little gold star. I have no idea where these sparkly chenille stems came from, probably Walmart. So I'm just going to create a circle. Let's see what I've got there. Doesn't need to be super long. And then I'm going to bend this over. And if you missed a step or two, or wondering where different things came from, when this video is over, you should be able to just watch it on replay, and hopefully all those questions will be answered. Okay, now I need to part her hair just a little bit to access the top of her head, where that hole is. Where is it? Oh, it's right here. Let's see. Should not have glued her hair down because now it's right in my way. This could be a little bit smaller. I'm just poking that down into the hole in the top of her head, and I'm going to take the little tie up through the top of her little halo. Okay. Unglue her hair from her head so I can start again. Where did it go? Oh, for Pete's sake. Oh, it's right here. It's stuck in her. I had everything all figured out. Okay. Now I got that into her head. And I can fix her hair. Later. Okay, and here is my mostly finished little ballerina angel for this year for the Christmas tree. What do you guys think? Do a this or a this if you thought that was a fun and easy project. Again, let me tell you what it requires. I used macrame cording for her arms and legs. I used yarn for her little skirt. I used a wood bead, a round wood bead, and a thread spool. I used some little stars, something to put at the front. Her hair is made with some of this Dollar Tree rope. What else? Oh, and then I used a pipe cleaner to create her little halo. And that's pretty much it. So, these are my two little ballerina angels that I will put on the tree. I may glue things down just a little bit better, and I'll get good pictures. I think my first one actually is better. This was the first one. Although I do like the white body from having a thread spool that still has thread on it. Okay, tell me what you think. If you decide to do this, I would love to see pictures, especially if you get creative and do different colors or do something different. If you would like the info on this gadget, it's called a tassel maker tool. You can find it at magnoliadiy.com. It's like, I don't know, $13 or $14. It is adjustable, so you can make different sizes of tassels. You just loosen those screws. And yeah, if you have any other questions, don't hesitate to ask. Thanks for joining me for this, what am I calling her? Thread Spool Ballerina Angel ornament. All right, I'll see you guys later.